Pete the cat goes camping. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. It was a bright, sunny morning when Pete the cat and his friends decided to go camping in the woods. Pete packed his favorite blue sleeping bag, his trusty flashlight, and, of course, his guitar. Emma the elephant bought snacks, Carlos the chameleon bought maps, and Benny the bird brought marshmallows for roasting. Let's go camping, cool cats, Pete said, strumming his guitar as they marched into the forest. When they reached a cozy clearing surrounded by tall trees, everyone got to work setting up the campsite. Pete pitched the tent. After a few funny tries, Emma set up the snacks, and Benny stacked wood for a campfire. As the sun began to set, the friends gathered around the crackling fire. Pete strummed his guitar and sang a camping song. "This is the coolest trip ever," Pete said. His friends nodded, munching on roasted marshmallows and smiling at the starry sky. As the fire died down and the friends climbed into the tent, a strange noise echoed through the woods. "Woo! Woo! What was that?" whispered Benny, his feathers ruffling. Pete switched on his flashlight. "Maybe it's just the wind," he said, trying to stay cool. But then, they heard another sound: crunch, snap, rustle. Emma's big ears twitched. "It's coming closer." Carlos peeked out of the tent. "What if it's a bear?" he said, turning a little pale. Pete gulped but stayed calm. "Let's find out what it is," he said bravely, grabbing his flashlight and guitar. The friends tiptoed out of the tent, holding hands as they followed the sounds deeper into the woods. The rustling grew louder, and suddenly they stumbled upon a clearing lit by the moonlight. There, they saw the source of the spooky noises: a group of forest animals. A raccoon, a deer, an owl, and a family of squirrels were gathered around a table made of moss and leaves, piled high with berries, nuts, and other forest treats. "Welcome," said the raccoon cheerfully. "We're having a midnight feast. Want to join us?" Pete and his friends blinked in surprise. "A feast? Cool," Pete said, his tail swishing happily. The forest animals welcomed Pete and his friends, sharing their delicious snacks and telling funny stories. Pete played his guitar while the owl hooted along, and Benny joined the squirrels in a lively game of tag. "This is way better than being scared in the tent," said Emma, laughing as the deer taught her a graceful dance. Pete smiled. "Sometimes, things aren't as spooky as they seem," he said, strumming a cheerful tune. As the night grew late, Pete and his friends thanked the forest animals and headed back to their campsite. They crawled into their tent, now cozy and happy. "That was the best camping trip ever," said Carlos, already half asleep. Pete grinned in the dark. "When you face your fears, cool things happen," he said softly, closing his eyes. And with that, Pete and his friends drifted off to sleep, dreaming of more adventures under the stars.